Hello and welcome to another episode of Daily Reflections. Pastor Sean coming to you from my front porch here in Sonoraville. It's a beautiful day. It has been a great day today. I've had a lot of things happen, a lot of things accomplished today. It's just been a fantastic day. I got up early this morning, finished up some reading that I was a little behind on. I'm reading the Bible through chronologically, and so I'm in Micah this week and read the entire book of Micah today, and then flip back over to Chronicles and Kings, Second Chronicles and Second Kings, and I'm going through, progressing through the kings of the era there. You know, this one did good, that one did bad, this one obeyed the Lord, this one did not. I'm getting through all of that, and still in Isaiah as well. And so all of that is kind of puzzled together there because they're all contemporary of each other, and they're all right there together when you read it chronologically. And so I read that this morning, got up, had a great lunch with an old friend, and just had a magnificent lunch with him. And then I ran over and did a couple of errands, ran to the post office, the bank, different stuff like that. And then came back home and had some more of that watermelon I was telling you about a couple of days ago. It was fantastic again. And now I'm just relaxing out here on the porch, getting ready to put this video together. I was in a store today, and I'm not going to give you the name of the store because I don't want to cause any problems or get anybody in trouble. But I was in a store today, and as I was making my way through the store, I got close to what I assumed was the stock room, the break room, that kind of area. And there was a girl who was just laying out some cuss words. She was just cussing up a storm, talking to this other lady, and she was just cussing up a storm. A blue streak, just laying it out there. And I come around, and I'm in the store. I'm in the store part of that, and she's in the break room. And she comes around the corner and makes eye contact with me, and immediately went to apologizing. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was talking that loud. I'm so sorry for anything that I said that may have offended you. I am so sorry. That's not, oh, I'm so sorry. And I just smiled and said, forgiveness and grace is in plentiful amount today. So don't worry about a thing. And she looked at me kind of funny, kind of bizarre, and tilted her head and said, thank you. Most people wouldn't be that gracious. And I said, it's okay. Have a great day. And I continued on shopping. And as I was shopping and as I was going, I got to thinking about a couple of things. I got to thinking about the conviction that she felt when she turned the corner and met eyes with me. Now, for some reason, she felt bad immediately about the way she was talking and the language she was using when she saw me. One of two things happened. Either she was upset because I was a customer who had heard her using horrible language, or what I like to think is she saw something in me that was extremely the opposite of the conversation that she was having. And that's what I was going for. She saw something in me that was different than her, and she immediately began to repent. She immediately began to apologize. She immediately began to backtrack. Why? Because there was something different about me. And then I took it a step further and extended grace. I didn't say, hey, I'm going to talk to your manager. You don't need to be talking like that in front of this in this store. This and that. I didn't do any of that. I shared with her that grace abounds. Grace and forgiveness abounds in plentiful amounts. And I think that's how we have to be. When people sin, when people mess up, when people make mistakes, we can't beat them down. We can't hammer on them. We can't, force their nose to the grindstone and you've got to do 15 Hail Marys and you've got... No, that's not who we are. No. Christianity is about grace. People are going to make mistakes. People are going to mess up. The prodigal son is the ideal example of this. The son comes to the father and says, hey, man, I wish you were dead. Give me my inheritance. That's basically what he says. Give me my inheritance. I wish you were dead. I wish you were dead. Give me my inheritance so that I can go do with it whatever I want to do. I don't even want to be around you anymore. And the son leaves. He goes, and you know the story. He spends all that he has, partying his life away, just has a big time. And then all of a sudden, the famine hits the land, and his money runs out, and he finds himself in a pig pen, desiring to eat the slop that the pigs were eating. But then he comes to his senses, and he goes back to his father. And he tells his father, I'll be like one of the hired hands. I'll be like one of the servants. And the father treats him like we're supposed to treat people. He puts a ring on his finger. He puts new clothes on his back. He kisses him. He welcomes him back home. He says, hey, go kill the fatted calf. We're going to have a celebration. Why? Because my son who was dead is now alive. My son who was in sin has now been forgiven. My son who was lost to me is now found. So when people make a mistake, we can't beat them to death with it. We have to learn to forgive. We have to forgive and we have to forget. That's the difficult part for us. We like to hold on to it because we never know when we're going to need this for another battle. No, let that go. Forgive and forget about it. Now, when I see that girl in that store again and she makes eye contact with me, I'm going to smile and say, I hope you have a great day. How you doing? I'm going to smile and I'm not going to quit going to that store. I'm going to continue to go to that store. I'm going to continue to shop there. I bought stuff there today. I'll buy stuff there next week. I'll buy stuff there in the future. It's not that big of a distance. She made a mistake. We have to learn to forgive. We have to forgive. And so the second thing that I want to show you, number one, we have to forgive. Number two, we have to be a light. I told you in the Bible study this week that in the book of Isaiah, there's all this darkness going on, all this gloom and doom. And then all of a sudden, there's that verse 6, chapter 9, verse 6. It says, for unto us a child is given, unto us a son is given, unto us a child is born. And the government shall be upon his shoulders. And his name shall be Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Right there in all of that darkness, a beam of light comes through. You and I have to be that light. I saw a prayer by a friend of mine today, Stephen Henderson. He put his prayer on Facebook. He does it every day. And he's praying with his church, and he's standing in front of a lighthouse. And he says, we have to be that city set on a hill, the light shining into the darkness. And I think that's what that girl saw today. In the darkness that she was in the darkness that she was showing, a light shined into that darkness. And that light was not me. I was just a beacon. The light was Jesus Christ. When we shine the light of Christ into this world, people are going to see it and they're going to come running. Because people don't want to walk in darkness. People want to be in the light. People don't want to stumble around where they can't see, where they don't know what's going on. They want to have the light of life in their life. And they want to be able to see the goodness of God. People want to do good. I don't care what Nancy Pelosi says. Nancy Pelosi says people are just going to do bad things. She didn't even say bad people. She just said people are going to do what they're going to do. I don't believe that. I believe if you train up a child in the way it should go, it won't depart from it when it's older. I believe that if you teach somebody how to fish, they'll feed themselves for a lifetime. But if you just give them a fish, they only feed them for a day. I believe that we can teach and train and equip people to share the light of Jesus Christ and to show people they don't have to walk in darkness. They don't have to live in fear. They don't have to have doubt in their life. You can celebrate the light that is inside of you, and other people can see it and obtain it and share it with others. All because I walked into a department store today where a girl was cussing. That's where all of that came from. We have to show forgiveness and we have to give forgiveness. We cannot hold a grudge for all eternity because somebody did something wrong. It will not work. That's not Christianity. And number two, we have to show people Jesus. We can't show them the law. We can't show them the rules and regulations. No, the first thing that they need to see from us is Jesus and the love that he shares. You can't win. You catch more flies. You can catch as many flies as you want to on my front porch. You can catch more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. We need to be sweet as honey because the God that we have the God that we have, shed his blood upon Calvary's cross, not out of opportunity, not out of duty, but out of love. We need to show that love to the world, and the world will change. Coming to you from my front porch today, this is Pastor Sean saying I love you. I'm praying for you. I hope you're having a magnificent day, and I'm looking forward to seeing you this weekend at Irwin Hill. God bless you is my prayer.